Dear students of Standard 9, welcome you to the class of English second paper. Our today's topic is transformation of sentence complex to simple. In the last class, we had discussed about different types of clauses. Today we'll start from the definition of sentence. As you know that, according to structure, sentences are of three types: simple sentence, complex sentence, and compound sentence. Simple sentence means the sentence which has one subject and one finite verb. That means it has one subject and one predicate. Examples are I play football, Mita was a doctor, etc. Complex sentence. This sentence has one principal clause and one or more than one subordinate clause. And you know that subordinate clause is followed by a conjunction. Look at the examples. Though he is poor, he is happy. Though he is poor, this part is subordinate clause. He is happy, this is one independent clause or principal clause. If you call me, this part is subordinate clause. I will help you, this is the main clause or principal clause. Here comes compound sentence. When two or more than two principal clauses are joined by coordinating conjunction, then it is called compound sentence. Examples are he played well, but he could not score. He played well. This is one independent clause. He could not score. This is also one independent clause. And these two clauses are joined by this conjunction. So it becomes a compound sentence. I went to market and I bought a pair of gloves. I went to market. This is a principal clause. I bought a pair of gloves. This is also a principal clause. But I omitted here the pronoun I to avoid the repetition. Next comes mother came home, cooked food and served us. Served us. Here three clauses are joined. To convert the complex sentence into simple, we will be needed possessive pronoun. As you know that personal pronoun has three forms: subjective form, objective form and possessive form. I have given here a chart of possessive form. Look, subjective form I, its possessive is my. We, our, you, your, he, his, she, her, they, their, it, its, the man or the boy, his, the woman or the girl, her, the boys, the girls, the men, the laborers, the poor, the rich, people, etc.'s possessive form is there. Now we'll learn the first rule. If though or although is given in the subordinate clause, what will be the changes? Look at the complex sentence. Though he is healthy, he is lazy. Though he is healthy, this part is subordinate clause. So we'll make the changes here. Changes will be, instead of though, I'll write here in spite of or despite. Then the possessive form of the subject, he, his. Then verbs ing form. Be verbs ing form is being. Then the rest part of the sentence. So it will become like this. In spite of his being healthy, he is lazy. Next sentence. Although he is poor, he is happy. Despite his being poor, he is happy. That means same changes I have done. Despite, then possessive form, verbs ing and rest part of the sentence. Another example, although he has wealth, he is unhappy. Here, have verb is given and its ing form we will use in the simple sentence. In spite of his having wealth, he is unhappy. We can also use here despite. So we can write, despite his having wealth, he is unhappy. Again, if the complex sentence has main verb, what will be the change? Though the man looks cruel, he is kind. Despite his looking cruel, the man is kind. Here, main verb also with ing form. The structure is like this. Despite or in spite of plus possessive form of the subject of the subordinate clause then be or have verb in ing form, or if there is the main verb, that will be also in ing form. Then we'll put a comma and the main clause or principal clause remains unchanged. Sometimes subordinate clauses adjective is changed into noun. Look at the example. Though the boy was tired, he won the race. Tired. This adjective will convert it into noun in the simple sentence. It will be like this. In spite of his tiredness, the boy won the race. Though the girl was intelligent, she could not overcome her problem. In spite of her intelligence, look, the girl, this subject's possessive is her, and this noun will be given in this principal clause. Remember this. In spite of her intelligence, the girl could not overcome her problem. Even sometimes you may get that subordinate clause has both auxiliary and the main verb. In that case, what will be the change? Complex sentence. Though he was working hard, he could not succeed. Look at this part. There is the auxiliary and main verb. And the simple sentence will be like this. In spite of his working hard, he could not succeed. Another example. Though he has been reading well, he cannot pass. Despite his reading well, he cannot pass. That means we will consider the main verb here. We will avoid the auxiliary verb. Next rule is if there is unless in the subordinate clause, then what will be the change? Unless you play well, you will not win the game. Unless. Then instead of unless, we will write here without. Then we will omit this subject and we will write the verb with ing. Play becomes playing and then the rest part of the sentence. Without playing well, you will not win the game. Another example for you. Unless you work hard, you will not pass the exam. So instead of unless, we will write without, then main verb with ing. Without working hard, you will not pass the exam. Today up to this, dear students. In the next class, we'll read some more rules and we'll practice some sentences. By this time, you must try to arrange the advanced learner book. We'll meet soon. Till then, thank you and goodbye.